Hello, I am Zarkoon. This is World of Warships Legends. Today I've got a game for you on Land of Fire, Domination Mode, in the Tier 7 Tech Tree German cruiser, Hipper. This is, or it was, one of the Tier 7 Tech Tree ships that I was missing for quite a while, the other being the Kagero, but my good friend and colleague Chili Games advised me to get this ship as soon as possible. He said I would like it, and he is correct. Now, if any ship, if any cruiser is analogous to a battleship in this game, it is the Hipper. You might call it the Bud Light Tirpitz. In fact, it is a heavy cruiser that is heavily armored with 27 millimeters of armor, allowing it to stand up to fire from battleship caliber armor piercing that comes from 15-inch guns, like the Tirpitz has. The Hipper also has 2 torpedo launchers on either side of the ship, making it very effective at dealing with enemy battleships that cannot overmatch its armor, and some that can. This game, it's a pretty short one, as you can probably tell by the time length on the video, but that is not because I die, that's because the enemy team just completely folds. This game, the centerpiece play in it, will be me versus the enemy Yamato out there, and what happens is rather spectacular. I know the title might seem to some of you a little bit clickbaity, and maybe it is, but I try not to create clickbaity titles like this unless I've got something good to show for it. Oh, look at this, Amalfi, another Tier 7 Tech Tree ship that I currently don't have, and I'm honestly in no rush to get it. There are his torpedoes, which travel so slowly that we have no problem avoiding them. Probably didn't even need to use the sonar. But the Amalfi is now giving broadside, and we punched him for 14k once, we punch him for 20k again, and a friendly ship is going to take him out now. Just like that, the Amalfi is gone. Now, I'm not saying that that indicates that the Amalfi is not a good ship to pursue. All I am saying is that I am not going to be pursuing it very determinedly, or with a lot of determination, especially after a result like that. Although, in fairness, the Hipper's armor piercing is absolutely fantastic. It's got an Alpha Strike, at least on this build. I don't know if any of Karl von Mueller's skills affect the Alpha Strike of the AP. I don't think they do. But on this build that I have with the Hipper here, the Alpha Strike on the armor piercing is over 6,000 points of damage, which I haven't done a comparison, but is one of the biggest Alpha Strikes for any Tier 7 cruiser in the game. The AP is disgusting. You can get nasty, nasty results on broadside battleships, even citadels, with the Hipper's armor piercing. It's just so good. Conversely, the high explosive is a little bit more mediocre, at least in terms of Alpha Strike and fire chance. However, this being a German cruiser, the calculation for high explosive penetration works a little bit different than it does on other nations. Normally, you'd take the gun caliber and divide by 6 to figure out how much armor a high explosive shell can penetrate. But with a German cruiser, and I think with German battleships, you take the caliber of the guns and divide by 4 to figure out what the high explosive can and cannot penetrate, which means that most of the targets you're going to be shooting at with the Hipper, if you choose high explosive, even though your Alpha Strike is somewhat mediocre and your fire chance is not the greatest, at least you are probably going to get penetration damage, more so than you might with other nations' heavy cruisers. In any case, my friend and the first member of this channel, I think, Juice the Goose. Congratulations to him for recently reaching 100 subscribers on YouTube. Nice little milestone to achieve. Anyway, he told me his philosophy for playing the Hipper, and it's a good philosophy. I'll share it with you here. Basically, what you want to do in the Hipper is find an island and claim it for the Kriegsmarine, and that's what we've done here. We've claimed this island directly in front of this Yamato for the Kriegsmarine. The Yamato has been hiding near this island, which is something that a lot of battleships with most of their firepower in the front are sometimes inclined to do. The problem for this Yamato is he seems to be laboring under the delusion that the battleship sort of behind me there is the biggest threat to him, and I'm going to disabuse him of that delusion right now with a salvo of torpedoes right into the front of his ship, which nearly takes away all of his health, and then to add insult to injury, one gun is all it takes to send him to the bottom of the ocean. The Hipper is very good at dislodging stuck-in battleships near islands. Obviously, that Yamato could have wrecked me, so that was kind of a risky play. Luckily, I took exactly 0 points of damage from the Yamato, unless some of his secondaries hit me and maybe took a few hit points off of me, I don't know. But the Yamato is dead, and this team has pretty much completely folded. We haven't lost a single ship, and they have lost 4. They only have 70 points, so honestly, if we take down... Okay, now they have 10 points because they lost another ship. If we take down even one more ship, the game is going to end, and in fact, it is going to end right now with our victory. So, pretty short one, Hipper versus Yamato. Hope you enjoyed it. If so, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't already done that. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Goodbye.